Hello, hello. Welcome to SPTV Never Ends, where you never know what you're gonna get, where I never know what I'm gonna get or give. Let's see, it is January, February, March, April 29th, 2024, 3:55 a.m. on the east coast of. Hi, Sophia. Welcome, welcome here. How are you? I'm trying to think of a topic, and I really don't have one. I usually don't when I come on. It just usually kind of happens. But oh my goodness. I wasn't even sure if I was going to come on tonight. I need to be busy making a few things for Thursday. Excuse me. I'm so happy though. Tomorrow I have Hi Tigs, welcome. I responded to a few of your comments on some of the videos I had up. Sometimes I don't find people will leave comments and then like I found some today that were from a month ago and I was so felt so bad. I hate it when people comment and I don't answer them right away. It's not trying to be rude, but I don't know where they go and then all of a sudden they'll pop up. It's really weird. I don't know. But anyway, um, forgot what I was saying. I always forget what I'm going to say. That's nothing new. But hi, Susie. Welcome. How are you doing? I have a couple of your videos on my to watch later list. I have a few over there. Uh, I can't watch everything in one day, and so I'll put it on my to watch later list, and then I'll go work in my studio and have stuff on in the background, and then I'll have something to do. Anyway, seems like I just get further and further behind. I'm sure y'all know how that goes. You were just watching Rabbit. Um, Need to watch my Stephanie video. Yeah, I'm not very nice on it. Hi, Anne. Hummingbird, how are you? I'm so glad all of y'all stopped by. Yeah, Susie, I do need to. I think there's two of yours that I have marked I need to watch. But I watched part of one of Rabbit's today, right before Cricket went on about Stephanie trolling her, asking for her for all her information and stuff. Stephanie's weird. I mean, it really seems like they need to kick that kind of person off of the board of directors. It's like she's a stalker almost or something. I don't want to know how you are, honey. Are you feeling bad? I mean, I kind of saw you in Cricket's chat talking about, I wasn't sure who you were talking about. She is ill, Tiggs. She really is. I mean, for a grown woman to act like she does, just really is strange. She's the kind of person like in high school that, excuse me, sorry, that didn't have many friends or something. I don't know. She, it's like she doesn't know how to act. Weird, 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 weird. And I mean, she spends an awful lot of time trolling people. You have to wonder what kind of life they have away from their their computer. Oh, really? Anne, I'm sorry to hear that. Emotional pain is terrible. Yes, it does all circle back to Mike, that's for sure. And Mike circles back to Aaron. Aaron, like I said, and when I made my video, Aaron takes up a lot of room in both Mike and Stephanie's head. They think way too much about him. They are both jealous of him. I know Mike's jealous of him a lot. Yeah, like calling people popular kids, it is immature. Hi, Ree. Ree from Melbourne. Welcome. Welcome. I wish I could throw an Aussie accent on my voice, but I've never been good at accents. Yes, they live rent free. I mean, he lives rent free in their heads. That's for sure. Yes, people from the UK and Australia because it's daytime where y'all are. I'm thinking like, let's see. Let me see if I can get this straight. Melbourne is, hi Sophia. Um, what was I gonna say? Let's see. Melbourne is, I'm thinking like 10 or 12 hours ahead of Florida. I know the UK is 5 hours. It's 9 a.m. Yeah. You're in the UK, Tiggs, right? Yeah. 'Cause I know the UK is 5 hours ahead of Florida, but I think Australia is like 10 hours ahead or 10 or 12, I think, depending on where you are in Australia. I should write it down so I don't forget, but Claire Margamat, Amy Silence on the board is discussed. Yeah, well, it seems like they would at least tell Stephanie to knock it off, but if she's doing their bidding, then of course they're not going to say anything. But it just seems so unprofessional to me, you know? Just weird. 6 p.m. there, so yeah, it's like 11 hour, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4. Oh, gosh, that's like 14 hours. You can't see the aftermath foundation lasting. Well, me neither. It's lasted longer than I thought it would. I thought it'd be done by now, but currently ranging from 3 to 7 p.m. in Australia. Thank you, Anne. Oh, so they have a lot of different time zones then. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably have kind of like us. What do we have? Four in the contiguous United States? One Eastern. Do we have four or five? Eastern, Central, um, Mountain, and Pacific. Oh, I think we only have four, huh? Trolling has ramped up since SPTV Foundation. Yes, it has, hasn't it? Isn't that weird? Ah, and I watched, yeah, like we do, four. Um, I watched Nora. She made like a 15-minute video today saying that she was gonna stop paying any attention to the trolls, especially Stephanie. And so I started thinking I should probably just shut up about it. And I was going back and forth. And so I reread part of Stephanie's last blog and got all riled up again. So I did that video I put up tonight, and I can't stop feeding that troll. She hasn't found me yet, so it's not like she's attacking me. But if she were attacking me like she does Nora and Liz and the rest of them, I probably wouldn't pay her any attention either. But it's hard for me not to pay those people attention when I get mad. I think it's my age. Like those kind of people used to intimidate me, but they don't anymore. And so I don't feel like I have to speak up or speak out, but I do. Refuse to look at anything from Stephanie. Yeah, and you know what's funny is I don't pay her much attention except when she's brought to my attention. Like I never read her blogs unless someone talks about it, one of the big creators. If they bring her up and say, "Oh, she has another one out," then of course I can't not read it. I have to go check it out. But and I think a lot of it too, I'm not gonna lie, is when I put up the sorry, my throat's scratchy tonight. When I put up the reaction, when I react bad to their bad stuff, I get a lot of hits, and I'm trying to get watch hours. I'm not gonna lie. That's mainly why I do it. That's not why I did it at first because I didn't know anybody would care to listen to me, but that just goes to prove people do like drama. That's part of the internet, I guess. And so, yeah, y'all heard my admission. I make those so I can get watch hours and new subscribers. One day I won't have to worry about that stuff. And it's not that I'm worried about it, but I'm trying to get in the game like everybody else. And I mean, my dream really is um, to go protest live at different places, especially I really want to go to Austin. That's where all my family lives, even though they're not talking to me right now. But that's where I was homeless for 2.5 years. That's where most of my family lives. And I just would love to go be able to um, get a hotel room, spend a week there, and protest. And it's not drama being called out. Yeah, that's true. And I would love to be able to travel to LA or Denver. My sister lives in Colorado Springs, which is only a couple hours from Denver. And so, and I used to live in Missouri. I spent time in Kansas City. I could go protest there. And Chicago, I've been to Chicago. I've been through Chicago. But yeah, I would really, that's just like my dream thing to do. I go to the dentist tomorrow, you guys. I'm gonna get these teeth fixed, this snaggle tooth that bugs me so much. I can't wait. I have an appointment at 1:20 in the afternoon, so I probably won't be staying on here real late tonight because I do want to try to get some sleep in before I go to my appointment. You know what's going to be so embarrassing is I warned them how bad my teeth are, but they said they're sure they've seen worse, they said. I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. Refused. They usually are punished enough by having to live with. Yeah, that's true. Can you imagine, like, being so, like, not having a life so much that you have to troll others and live with that much hate and then like spew it to the world for the world to see. I mean, I can't imagine being that unhappy or having that much disdain and hate inside of my head that I would have to write stuff like that about people and about people who are trying to make a difference, and people who are trying to bring down a cult to to write things like she does. It's just it amazes me. And to do the stuff that Mike Render has done and like, he just got caught this past week. He he knew what that attorney was doing. He had full knowledge, I'm sure. Hi Jazzy girl Sarah, welcome. He had full knowledge of that attorney and he knew that he let the date go by, the oh gosh, statute of limitations go by, and all those people can't file their court cases now. It's pathetic. It's so sad. And you wanted to go to LA when everybody was there, but you were in hospital that weekend. I kind of remember that. Yes. Yes. Got to go walk the dog. We'll catch up on replay. Thank you so much, Tiggs, for for stopping in. I really appreciate you. Go walk your little doggy. um, Sweet dreams. I will ask about if you can make hummingbird joy another time. Okay, okay. Yes, Anne, and I have your email, so I'll shoot you an email. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams. Yes, and I was talking, saying how Mike Render, it's so sad, so pathetically sad that he let that court date go by for when they had to have their stuff filed by. There was a certain date, and I guess I didn't realize that Serge Delmar was part of that group that that attorney was supposed to be working for. I mean, that's the inference I got from Rabbit tonight, and that's what she intimated. I mean, she didn't, I don't think she came right out and said it. And I haven't watched Serge's um, stuff from today, but I have a feeling he was one of the people that that attorney, can't even remember his name right now. Brian Kent, was that it? I think that was Serge Delmar's attorney also. That's what it seems like. I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out. And there's four people, but no one's on in the chat. That's okay. I don't really have anything to talk about unless y'all give me something. I could tell a story, but I don't even know which story I would tell right now. Um, I have so many of them. Ah, boy, do I have some stories. But I can't just like think of a story to tell. I have to like it has to come up organically, like when I'm talking about something and something comes to my mind and I tell one of my crazy stories. I can't really think of one on my own. That's why I'm writing a book. I haven't worked on my book in a long time. I was looking for the rough draft for my book the other day because I had worked on it a little bit. And I wanted to, excuse me, read chapter one to you guys. I already read the introduction, so I wanted to read chapter one because I think I'm finished with chapter one, but I don't know where I put it. And I have two filing cabinets, but I emptied out one filing cabinet and merged into the other one that's here in my bedroom. So all my paperwork's in my bedroom, but I did not run across my rough draft for my book, which is really strange. I'm hoping I didn't accidentally throw it away. That would be tragic. That would be tragic. I would have to start all over again. The first chapter is not very interesting, I don't think, though, because it just tells about when I was born, a little bit about my parents, who never should have had me as young as they were. You heard the intro, Susie? I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, the intro was kind of interesting, talking about being under that bridge in Austin. It's so weird because I had written, I called it, it was the concrete jungle or something like that, but I was describing like I was in a tent under that bridge in downtown Austin, Texas, and it was so strange. And I was making a lot of analogies, like there weren't any birds. The birds chirping were the sound of the cars driving overhead. It's like there's no birds over my head, but there's a lot of motor sounds and horns and oh, it was just weird. That was so weird. If I start to think back of being out on the street and like the first night was the scariest thing. And I wasn't afraid of like people necessarily or like getting attacked or anything. What was scary was just like not having walls around me, and like where was I gonna, if you were thrown in a city without anywhere to go and you didn't have money for a room and you had, but you, and you were in a wheelchair. I had, I think a suitcase and a couple of tote bags. I think I only had one suitcase, but I had asked the hotel if they could lock them up, and I would be back to get them in a day or two. And so they did. When I went back to get them, they had robbed me. They had gone in my suitcase and taken anything that was worth money. Oh, it was horrible. But imagine being like in a city, and I didn't know Austin then. I didn't know how to get around that city. I had never ridden a city bus before, and eventually I learned the bus system. They have a wonderful bus system there. It's just wonderful. You can go just about anywhere, north, east, south, and west in Austin by bus, and they run late, and it's inexpensive. But anyway, so the first night was so scary because, like, especially being in a wheelchair, because it's hard to roll from here to my mailbox. And like the slightest angle on a sidewalk is a hill, and it's hard to use your arms to roll around outside. It's real hard. And so I met some guy on the bus or started talking to him, and um it ended up he was homeless too, but he helped push me around, and I think I went to a Taco Bell, but they ended up closing, and I forget exactly. Oh, he rolled me to a church, but I had to wait for it to open because the church had they helped homeless people. And then he rolled me down to the Salvation Army, but I had to wait for them to open because you could apply, you had to fill out all this paperwork. They had beds that you could stay in. So, of course, they let me in. They had a bed. And so I only had to spend the first night out on the streets, which was good. But the Salvation Army lasted for about a month. And, they expect you to get a job. They don't let you stay there forever, that's for sure. And they kick you out during the day. You have to figure out what you're going to do during the day. And you have to be back there by 7 o'clock at night. So you can never go out at night. Like if you want to waitress or bartend, good luck. I mean, I think they write passes to let you go apply for jobs at night. Anyway, it got a little rough staying there, and so I ended up back on the street. But I had met a few people that lived there while I was staying at the Salvation Army, and this one place, um, a guy and a girl, a boyfriend and girlfriend, they lived in city housing, so they let me stay there for a little while, but um, it was a high rise downtown, and the managers got wind of me after a few weeks, and so I had to leave there. And I forgot where I went after that. I think I must have, I was back on the streets again, and I had met a few people that had tents, but a lot of times the tents were in places that I couldn't get to in my wheelchair. So it wasn't as easy for me since I was in a wheelchair as it is for most homeless people that have legs that they can use. Um, It definitely made it a lot harder being in a wheelchair, but it was tough. It was rough. And I don't know how I lasted 2.5 years. I really don't. I kept thinking my mom was going to let me move back in. She just never did and never did and never did. It was terrible. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, you guys. There's only three people here, three or four. I hope you don't mind. I do have my dentist appointment tomorrow, so I need to get a little rest, but I wanted to pop on and say hi, and I appreciate you stopping by. But I'll go on tomorrow night for longer, and I'll try to have something better to talk about. So, yeah, wish me luck with my getting my tooth fixed tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And until then, have a great night or great day wherever you are in this big, beautiful world. And I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks, y'all. Bye bye. Bye, Sylvia.